Good morning, guys. It's a beautiful Sunday and we're about to get ready to start in a really cool day. The weather is perfect and we're invited to a birthday party. But first of all, it's time to pick a winner. Not for the remix contest, I'm still trying to figure that out, but for the little giveaway for filling out the Patreon form. And perfect timing, Vanessa is now here. I need you. Vanessa is my fairy, my lucky fairy. She's going to pick the winner. So let me just open up the form of the form thing. They get headphones. Okay, this is the list with all of the emails.
Do you have to pick an email?
Yeah, you have to pick one email. I only have the emails. Okay.
Okay, stopp.
Okay.
Nee, der da drunter.
Der da drunter?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Erwin probably. I won't say the entire email, but he will get an email from me. He's the winner, and it's .com, so it might be anywhere in the world. If he's not in Europe or doesn't want to pay for the shipment, we will just pick another one, okay? What?
Das ist gemein.
That's mean?
Yeah.
Okay, we will send it to him, no matter where he lives, okay?
Can't be too expensive.
You pay?
You pay.
I can't. Vanessa's paying. Perfect. Ready?
Yeah. Ich
Okay.
dachte mehrere Gewinner.
No, just one winner.
Achso. Okay.
So, let's go. I really don't know why, but whenever I wear something white, I just like to mess up like a small baby, so I always have a spare shirt with me. If you see me today with this one, you know I screwed up.
Der hat das ja schon richtig zu so einem Parkplatz auserkoren, ne? Der wohnt gar nicht bei uns im Haus, oder?
Yeah, they want to. We have a neighbor that has his bike there, and we hate him.
Kind of.
Because he's always starting the bike and waiting at least 10 minutes before he drives off with it, and it's
Okay,
Ouch.
it's not 10 minutes.
It's
but
10
it's
minutes.
quite long.
It's long. It feels like 10 minutes. So it's 10 minutes. My 10 minutes.
Okay.
We're getting old. We're complaining about neighbors. That's the first sign of getting old. So yes, we're invited to a birthday today. Is it your cousin's birthday?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so probably good food, good drinks, nice company. That's usually what we get there.
Yeah.
They're very friendly people. And it's just beautiful outside, like really nice blue sky and clouds, puffy clouds. Why are you looking like that? Isn't it beautiful?
It is, but it's
Guys,
typical
look.
John talk.
Time for good company, some drinks. Who's driving on the way back?
My mom or my dad?
Okay, so we can both drink. Alles Gute. Okay, let's go. That's it with the party. It was amazing. A lot of drinks, a lot of food, and a lot of good company. Come on.
Runter.
Back at home and my shirt is still clean, bright, white. I'm very proud of myself. I didn't really film a whole lot. You want to do a couple Q&A?
No.
If you want a couple Q&A, just let me know down below in the comments. I think it would be a whole lot of fun. And also trying to get her with me in the studio and just making some nice and cool tracks. But now let me get the laptop for the Q&A. First question is by Kevin. He's asking me if it's legal to take a song from one of the YouTube mixes and play them in a set. If he means whether set like playing live in a club or in a festival, that's usually no issue, but if you want to put it in your SoundCloud mixtape, it might get taken down and you get a strike. So it really depends on the track. You should probably just search for the track, and if it's more underground kind of music, it shouldn't be a problem, but if it's a big pop song, it might get blocked. Another question to the recording session that I had with Aaron is how I set up the vocal booth. I just picked up my panels. These panels are DIY IKEA bookshelves, and I filled them with some absorbing material, and whenever I record I just make sure to place them around the singer so that it's a really dry signal. I don't get any noises from the street, no reverb and no flutter echoes that I sometimes have in the back of my studio. They're really easy to set up, to build. I might just do a whole video in the future how I've made them. A lot of people already requested that. The next question is what slope I use in span. I go into edit and there you can set it. I think it's usually in 2000 something and I set it to 8000 something. It uses a lot more CPU, but the graph looks a lot more detailed, and I also don't fill out the graph. I just like it that way. It's easier for me to see what is actually going on in the track. The next one is by Mystic. He's asking me what he has to include in a contract with a singer. Usually I would just suggest to get like a standard contract. It's either called feature artist release contract or release of artist rights contract. And it usually states that the singer that signs it gives you all of the rights for his singing, for the file that was recorded, and you can do basically with it whatever you want. You can release it, you can sell the rights to someone else, but you owe the singer either like a fee for the singing, or you have like a percentage share and have to pay to the singer every half year. These are kind of the two standards if you're working together with a singer and songwriter. And of course you have to do the split sheet that's taking care of the copyrights. Usually you just divide it by the people that are taking part in the session. The next question is if you should submit a mastered or not mastered track to a label as a demo. I think you don't really need to get a mastering engineer to master it, because that's the label's job usually if it's a good label. And mastering it before you send it to them doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Just put a limiter at the end of your mastering chain, make the track loud enough, maybe -8 dB RMS, just to be as loud as all of the other tracks that they get. And I don't really think that the mastering does a really big change to the track. It's really just a tiny thing that doesn't add a whole lot. It's still important if you release the track, but for a demo, it's really no problem to send an unmastered file. And the label A&Rs, they know that it's not mastered. They can kind of imagine in their head what it would sound like if it's mastered. And also don't forget, it's not always all about how the track is mixed and how it sounds like. It's usually more about the musical things and if the track is catchy and fits to the label. So don't worry too much about just the sound aesthetics. Next one is by Carlos. He's asking me if Logic Pro X has more sound libraries than GarageBand. Yes, definitely. It includes all of the GarageBand additional packages. So if you buy Logic, you get everything. It's a ton, a couple of dozens of gigabytes with samples. I didn't even install all of them because there's not enough space on my computer. Here's another one asking me what I did to earn that much money for my tracks that I of course didn't get from the labels. It's usually like mostly in Spotify. If you have a lot of plays on your tracks, you can kind of get quite a lot of money. I think like 1 million plays is usually right around 5,000 euros. It really depends. It can be more or less, but I think nowadays you can make good money with Spotify. That's the new thing. Streaming is important, and the whole music industry was going down due to like illegal downloads and YouTube, but now it has definitely recovered with the streaming, and a lot of young new artists make way more money than it would have been ever possible 10, 15 years ago. The next question is if I pay monthly for the studio, and if so, why I don't just move my stuff to the house or the apartment here and cut down on costs. So first of all, I really like the separation between living here and working somewhere else. So I have the way in between. This just helps me a whole lot. It's really frustrating if you make your music or your work where you live. You don't have the distance in between. And also for this place, because the day we rented it and they asked me what job I have and I told the music producer, they let me sign a special thing that I'm not making music in here. So I'm not allowed, and even if I was allowed, I wouldn't do it. And Vanessa has already to suffer enough with a crazy dude making music, trying to live off of it, making a daily vlog. So I don't want to put more on that and also start making music in here. So there's definitely no way. As it is, I really like it, and I will just have to try to find another way to increase my income or just make those labels pay. This one is funny. Okay, for merchandising, Vanessa, are you listening? Mm-hmm. I asked him about merchandising, what I could offer. Mm-hmm. And someone said, for merchandising, you should consider offering a life-size sex doll in your likeness. Do you think that's something anybody would be interested in? So, no, that's not going to happen. Definitely not. No, no way. Life-size sex doll? Me or her? What do you think will they say?
You, of course.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I will just enjoy the rest of the evening with Vanessa. Probably Netflix, or anything good you want to suggest?
Pretty Little Liars.
Pretty Little Liars, really?
Yeah.
That's not what we're watching.
What? You love that show?
No, never watched it. That's terrible. Let's just listen to some music. But maybe something else. Why don't you have any Jon Sine?
Because it's radio. Is there a Jon Sine channel I don't know about?
There should be one.